If you've bought a new smartphone recently, you probably paid an extra $78 without even realizing it. It's not something you see advertised, and most people don't even notice it until they start comparing prices and wonder why everything suddenly costs more. This isn't a warranty or a fancy case, it's a government-mandated fee, quietly baked into the price of every new phone. It doesn't matter if you're buying the latest flagship or a budget model, every device is affected. It's not a sales tax you see on your receipt, it's hidden in the sticker price before the phone even hits the shelf. So when you walk into a store, the price you see already includes this extra charge, making it almost invisible to the average shopper. Why? A new 35% tariff on imported smartphones. This tariff was introduced as part of a broader effort to reshape the tech market and encourage domestic manufacturing. The logic: make foreign phones pricier so American-made ones look better. The idea is to give US brands a fighting chance by making imported devices less attractive to buyers. But here's the catch: there are no American-made smartphones. Nearly every device on the market is assembled overseas, so this fee hits everyone, no matter which brand you choose. The average cost to assemble a phone overseas is $225. Add a 35% tariff and that's $78 extra per device. It's a simple calculation, but it has a big impact on your wallet. Companies like Apple aren't eating that cost, they're passing it straight to you. The price hike is immediate, and it affects every customer, whether you're buying online or in-store. So your next upgrade is more expensive, not because of better tech, but because of a policy you never voted for. It's not about innovation or new features, it's about a fee that was decided for you. This isn't inflation, it's a targeted price hike, and you're footing the bill. The extra money goes straight to covering the tariff, not to improving your device. The result? Your group chat just got a lot pricier. Every text, meme, and photo you share now comes with a hidden cost. All thanks to a fee you never asked for. It's a silent surcharge that affects millions, and most people have no idea it's even there. Welcome to the new reality of buying a smartphone, where hidden fees and government policies shape the price you pay, whether you notice it or not. This $78 fee isn't just a random charge, it's the direct result of a Trump administration policy, rolled out as part of a sweeping trade strategy under Executive Order 201. The order was signed with much fanfare, promising to shake up the way America does business with the rest of the world. The official goal? To protect American jobs, revive struggling industries, and bring manufacturing back to US soil. Supporters hoped it would spark a new era of American-made products and boost local economies. The logic behind the policy is straightforward: penalize companies for making products overseas and give them a reason to build here at home. The administration believed that tariffs would force big tech and electronics firms to rethink their global supply chains. But critics say it's not that simple. They argue it's really just a hidden tax on American consumers, not a genuine plan to create jobs or rebuild factories. Why? Because building complex electronics like smartphones in the US is nearly impossible. The infrastructure, skilled labor, and supply chains just aren't here anymore. Instead, the policy often becomes a political tool, scoring points by looking tough on trade, especially when it comes to China, America's biggest economic rival. Here's what actually happens. When Apple's costs go up because of tariffs, so does your bill. The tariff is collected at the border, but the extra cost gets passed straight to you at checkout. The government collects more revenue, companies do what they can to protect their profits, and in the end, you're left with a pricier phone and a bigger bill. The real cost of this trade war? It's coming straight out of your pocket every time you buy or upgrade your device. So every time you upgrade, you're not just paying for a new phone, you're also paying for a policy decision made years ago, whether you realize it or not. Made in the USA sounds great, but for smartphones it's a fantasy. The US lacks the factories, skilled labor, and supply chains needed to build hundreds of millions of devices. Apple tried assembling Mac Pros in Texas. It failed. Supply issues, not enough skilled workers, even a shortage of screws. Modern phones are built from hundreds of parts sourced globally, then assembled in massive Asian factories. Rebuilding that ecosystem in America would take decades and cost a fortune. Experts say a US-made iPhone could cost $1,500 to $3,500. The tariff doesn't bring jobs home, it just makes your phone more expensive. It's a policy with no real alternative and no real solution. The tariff isn't bringing jobs to America, it's pushing manufacturing out of China to places like India and Vietnam. Apple now aims to assemble nearly half its iPhones in India and Vietnam by 2026. The result? More jobs and investment in those countries, not the US. China loses business, but America doesn't gain it. Meanwhile, new tariffs are spreading to other countries, creating a game of cat and mouse for tech companies. For consumers, this means more price uncertainty and the risk of new taxes on every phone, no matter where it's made. The global shuffle solves nothing for Americans, the only constant higher prices. The Made in India iPhone could be next on the tariff list. Who really loses from this new tariff policy? Let's break it down. First and foremost, it's you, the American consumer, who feels the impact most directly. You end up paying more for the exact same phone you could have bought for less just months ago. Meanwhile, tech companies are thrown into supply chain chaos, facing unpredictable costs and new political risks that make planning for the future even harder. So who wins? Politicians who get to claim a victory on the campaign trail, and the government, which collects more of your money through these new tariffs. A handful of US factories might see a temporary bump in business, but compared to the size of the global market, it's just a drop in the bucket, barely making a dent. At the same time, higher electronics prices can fuel inflation, making everyday life more expensive for everyone. These tariffs can also spark global trade wars, as other countries retaliate with their own restrictions. China, for example, is already threatening to restrict exports in response, especially of key materials like rare earth minerals, which could escalate the conflict even further and disrupt entire industries. The big question remains, does this policy actually help everyday Americans, or does it just make life more expensive, adding to the financial pressure families already feel? Is the dream of made in the USA really worth paying an extra $78 tax on your next phone just for a label? Or is this just another costly political experiment that leaves consumers footing the bill? In the end, you decide, what's the real price of protectionism, and is it worth it for you and your family?